Nick, after the last game, you were pretty frustrated on how you were double teamed the entire time. Do y'all feel like you have a better plan going forward this week?
Yeah, we're definitely gonna be ready for whatever is thrown at us. It's hard to say that it's gonna work against what we got last week because seven-man protection is tough. But we definitely have answers that we're gonna go to quick and show them that we have answers. I think we were kind of a little ill prepared last week. We didn't expect that fully, um, so we'll definitely be ready for that.
I know you have your own agenda in practices, but are you curious or do you observe Trey Lance at work, and what have you seen from him sort of as the season's progressed?
Um, I just see him in scout team, just kind of with free reign, which is probably pretty good for a young quarterback. He could just kind of do whatever he wants out there and throw the ball around and not think about interceptions or anything. But I'm not gonna lie to you and say that have an assessment on his development as a quarterback because I definitely liked what I saw in the Arizona game though. So we'll see.
Hey, Nick, earlier in the season, you had expressed I don't know, just a real admiration for Josh Norman. Seemed like you guys had developed a bit of a kinship. Just following up on that months later, I guess how would you describe his personality, or why does it seem you and others have kind of gravitated toward him this season?
Um, I just think he's a funny guy, just goofy dude. Um, he's just fun to play with too. He loves football and he works really hard and he's he always tells me since beginning of the season when I played on the right a bunch, which was his side. I've been moving over to the left, and he always begs me to come over and play on the right with him again because he's lonely without me. So um, he's just a funny dude.
Yeah, Nick, since you've won the last three games at home, I believe, do you feel like you've built sort of a home field advantage as the season has gone along, and this should probably be the last time you play there this year. Has that entered your mind, and will you guys be thinking about that as you go out there to win one more game at home?
Yeah, I actually thought about this week. How in the beginning of the year we kind of had that monkey in our back where we lost a bunch in a row at home, and Levi's was starting to get frustrated with us, which is understandable. And then I realized that we've had some pretty good games at home. So I definitely like to keep it rolling. I love running out of the tunnel and hearing the fans, and it's definitely not even just at home, but all over the country. One of the or the best fan bases who show up all over the place. And but yeah, this is probably our last one at home this year. So we would love to get them a win, and if we want to play more games after the next two, we got to get a win. So it's all around important.
Hey, Nick, among non-family members, is there a guy you would either that you do or would like to? Um, I just talked pass rushing with. I guess I'm saying a guy who you really respect as a technician, and just kind of a master of the craft.
In the league,
Yes, sir.
and you said not family. I wouldn't mind talking to Aaron Donald. I've never really had a conversation with him, just to hear what he says. I think Robert Quinn um, would be interesting hearing from him. Um, Whenever people ask me about pass rushers, I can't think of any. Yeah, Chandler. I talked to Chandler a little bit though, over DM. So I've talked to him a little bit, but I'd definitely like to hear from Aaron Donald just to hear what his mindset is, because he's so elite.
When you mentioned Quinn, I don't want to act like I know what I'm talking about, but I think he's celebrated for a certain chop move. Would that be something you'd want to discuss with him?
Yeah, I'd definitely ask him about the cross chop, but I think he's dominated more than just that move throughout the years, and I think it's interesting that he plays only on the right, because for guys that have had the numbers that he's had, he's always been going against the left tackle, which is usually the better player. So I think it's even more impressive that he's been able to do that.
Nick, what's on that pregame playlist? What kind of music are you listening to?
I'm pretty weak on my music lately. A lot of Tame Impala, some Dead Mouse. Yeah, I'm kind of on the podcast a little bit lately, Joe Rogan. Yeah, I'm very lazy with my finding new music, so I need to get some new stuff. I'm pretty dry on the music.